I just wanted to welcome everybody to this edition of the Community Kitchen, where every month we learn a new recipe from a new culture and support causes important to the cook's heart. Today we're going to be making aloo parathas, which are a delicious stuffed Indian flatbread. I had the chance to live in India for a few years, and aloo parathas were always my favorite breakfast food. And I'm so excited that today we're going to be led by Anjali Bhatia and her mother, Usha Auntie, who has years of paratha making experience. So we're in really, really good hands here.
My mom did not appreciate it when I specified the number of years because she said, how could she possibly have 50 years of paratha making experience when she's only 39?
Totally. Yeah.
It doesn't add up, and yet somehow it's true.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out the math there.
The math didn't work.
Yeah. Most 25, right?
Yeah.
And today we're also raising funds for Sacred Heart Community Service, which is a great organization doing some really important justice work in the Bay Area, which I know Usha Auntie has experience with. And with that, welcome. I am going to hand it over to Anjali to take it away.
All right, welcome everyone. We are so excited to share with you today one of my mom's best recipes. I always enjoy eating when I come home. We're going to be making parathas today. It's a stuffed bread, and we're going to be learning one of the most classic preparations for it, which is a potato stuffed bread. But we're going to be talking later about how you can do all different kinds of variations. I loved the poll that got sent around before, but I'd love to hear from a few of you. Have you tried parathas before? Has anyone made them before? Or is there something like this in your culture, like a stuffed bread?
I think the closest for me in Italian culture is the calzone.
Nice, nice. Yeah. How about anyone else? Have you tried it at a restaurant or on travels to India or something like that?
I've had it in a restaurant before, but never made them. So excited
for that. Was the filling that you tried?
A potato as well. Yeah, nice. Similar.
Super cool. All right. Well, how many of you, just show of hands, are going to be cooking with us today? So raise your hand. Great. Okay, so we're going to get started with the first of 4 steps. So today we're going to be going through 4 steps to make parathas. The first is making the dough. Second is making the filling. The third is assembling them. The fourth is cooking. So we're going to kind of go through each of the 4 steps one by one and make sure that we're all kind of tracking along. You can pause us at any time if you have questions. So just jump right in. I'm going to turn it over to Mom, and we are going to get started with step 1, which is making the dough. And let us know if you can see us clearly. You should pin the cook cam, which is the aerial shot, so that you can see exactly what she's doing.
Where are we? Okay.
All right.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I've taken 2 cups of whole wheat flour and about a cup of water, maybe 6 to 8 ounces. So I'm just going to start putting a little bit of water at a time, not the whole thing. So just watch along as it comes together.
So you should be using a big bowl here. And
hands are the best tools for this. There's no other way to do it.
Could you remind everyone how much flour it is?
2 cups of flour and
2 cups of flour.
And I started with 8 ounces of water. I don't know if I'll need, because every flour is different. So we're going to try to bring it all together.
Do you have a recommendation for how to add the water?
I'm just adding it little at a time with my fingers in between. So if there's too much, then I can take it out. But I think I'll probably use all of it, looks like. So then I just take the ball that is already formed and collect all the dough. And it should be not too soft, not too hard dough, so it's pliable. And once it sits for 15 minutes, then it'll be easier to roll because the glutens would have formed. So I take a little bit of water and then bring it all together. So I think I've used most of the water. So can you see what I'm doing? The last step is taking a little bit of water in my hands as not to dump the whole thing in, and then collecting them all together like that into a big bowl.
How's that going for everyone so far?
I'm not seeing where the cook ham is.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
so cook cam, Zach, maybe you can help out. It's one of the
You,
different.
if you just click participants, and then it should be organized alphabetically. You'll see cook cam is, just ABC. Then there's cook cam, and then where it says
okay.
more, you
Okay.
tap more, and just I can, I'm going to spotlight the video for everyone,
Oh, nice.
and that way you're all going to see it automatically. You see it
Okay,
now?
great. Yes,
Great.
great, thank you.
Excellent.
How's everyone's dough coming together? I'd love to see some shots of people's dough. Michelle, how's your dough looking? Oh, look at that. That's looking good.
Oh, I can see it.
She held it up. It was nice
Oh,
and solid.
very
right there.
good.
Very good. We
Yeah.
got Abby's dough is looking beautiful.
So I've taken
That's
all
good.
of the dough, very good, and formed into a ball.
You can see she's really like getting in there and kneading it. I say this is where my mom gets out like all of her aggression. It's just like, you just go for it. You just get it out.
Okay, so this is done. Oh, wow.
Abby, that dough is looking
That's
great.
looking beautiful.
I did it in the food processor.
Oh,
So I don't know if that was a cheating or.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
cover
So
this.
people do that, right, Mom?
Oh,
Some of
yeah.
your friends do it that way.
Okay, we'll cover this
In here.
and set it aside for 15 minutes.
Okay, so what she
Look
did
at the
there
video
was
tomorrow,
just
what
take
is-
any bowl, cover it, and put it aside. And again, that's really just to let the glutens form in the dough and for it to
You
be
should cover it.
easier to work with.
Mom, let's see that. You want to hold up that dough one more time for everybody? Looks like we got some good Philadelphia.
Beautiful,
What do you think?
beautiful dough.
Like, okay?
Looking good.
Looks solid.
Yeah,
dough.
well,
You can make it, you can knead it a little bit more, get some of those, the bumps out the top so it looks a little smoother.
We'll have chance to
Okay.
knead
Get the
it.
bumps out.
Right?
She said
Joseph,
get the
can we
bumps
see?
out.
Can we see some dough?
She
Oh,
said,
beautiful.
Wow.
Professional dough there.
Yeah, looks good.
Just say once
All
everybody's
right,
done, then
so
we'll move
how
on.
is step one looking for everyone? Step one is all about making dough. So we're gonna get our dough ready and get it resting before we move on to step two. Hi, Sophie. Hi, it's fun to see lots of people coming in and joining and cooking with us. All right, is everyone good to move on to step two, which is the filling, the potato filling? Or is there any questions coming up about the dough?
I have a question. I found mine was a little sticky when I added all the water. So the instructions said,
Do you have a little bit of flour, extra flour?
yeah, so I added some more flour to make it less sticky. Is that, it shouldn't really be sticky at all, or what's the level of stickiness?
But when we knead it again, the stickiness will go away. So don't worry about that part yet. Is it very soft or is it like still pliable? Can you pick it up and make a ball out of it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, then it should be fine.
yeah.
It should be fine.
I have a question. I'm not cooking, but I'm taking notes. When you let it rest, do you let it rest in a warm place or just on the counter?
Just on the counter.
Okay.
Just cover it up
Thank you.
so it doesn't dry up. Just cover it up with anything you want. Like a bowl, generally inverted bowl is the best thing.
So ours looks like this right now. We just kept it in the same mixing bowl and just put any bowl on top of it. The dough is under here resting. It's taking a little nap and we'll move on to the next step.
Are we ready to move on?
Okay, so I think so.
Ask
Are we all ready? Zach, what do you think? Move on to step two?
Let's see. Anyone have any hands? Do you have a question? I saw Melissa come to the mic. I'm not sure if she had a question. All good. Thumbs up. All right. See a lot of pretty kitchens. You're an aesthetically pleasing kitchen bunch here. Cool. I think we are probably good to move on to step two.
Okay.
Okay, great, everyone. So step two is all about making the potato filling.
So here I've boiled and peeled 3 potatoes. So I'm gonna just with my hands, clean hands, just mash it, but not mash it to death, just like a little bit integrity to it. So just mash it. And I'll show you once I'm done with it. Not like when we're making mashed potatoes, but a little bit of structure to it.
So
that-
some little chunks of potatoes, some smooth parts.
So it should, just leave it
Your
here?
camera's here,
Oh,
so
okay.
you leave it there.
Okay, so this is how it should look like. Okay.
How's that going for everybody?
I already smashed it to death before we started.
Okay, it's all right. It'll be
That'll be fine, don't worry. Okay, next, we're gonna add some spices to the dough, not the dough, to the potato mixture. So salt to taste. So I'll take about, start with a teaspoon of salt. And this is, of course, according to your liking, the chili powder, half a spoon. The garam masala, half a spoon. And the ground cumin, about a heaping spoon. And then I have some chopped coriander that goes in. And this is optional, there's ginger.
slow down.
Okay.
Okay.
So about a spoon of ginger. What the heck, the whole thing.
So the thing with Indian food that it's always struggled for me, like to learn from my mom, but I think she's actually getting better. I don't know. Is like the measurements are very imprecise, and so it's not about like exact measurements of things. It's just about kind of developing your own intuition about what tastes good to you, what flavors you like, if you want it a little bit more spicy or less spicy. So encourage you guys to just try, mixing in the spices, taste it, see if you like it, add more, adjust as you need to.
I just put you on spotlight again, Abby, because your potato mixture looks so.
Oh, I think I have a lot of potatoes in here.
Yeah, let's see. Hi, Lynn, how's your potato mixture going over there?
Oh, that looks
That's
good.
looking good.
Looking great.
I think it's also have a lot probably. I use sweet potatoes.
Oh,
Oh,
sure.
Judy, you sweet potatoes for latkes and sweet potatoes for parathas? You're like Miss Sweet Potato.
Because my husband won't eat the white potatoes.
Oh, okay.
The other thing is that I used almond flour instead of the wheat flour, but my dough feels pretty sticky, so I added more almond flour.
Almond flour actually might not roll.
It'll be an interesting experience.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Do you think any like housewives in like Punjab or Gujarat have ever made parathas with almond flour?
No,
Usha?
actually, I looked up a recipe one time, and they said it's very hard to roll almond flour. You have to mix in maybe a half and half whole wheat flour and half almond flour, maybe then.
I did cheat. I put a little bit of regular flour in it to hold it more together.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
show it to you.
Okay, so at this point, I've mixed all the spices. I'll just leave it here.
You can just leave.
Just for everyone, would you just repeat one more time, Usha Auntie, like what are the spices we're putting in?
Okay, salt to taste. Chili powder, I put in half a spoon of chili powder, half a teaspoon of garam masala, a heaping spoon of ground coriander, and salt to taste, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so salt, chili powder, cumin, coriander.
No, coriander, garam masala.
Garam masala, sorry.
And
Chopped
coriander,
cilantro.
chopped coriander, chopped cilantro, and ginger, grated ginger.
And Sophie asks, where does the ginger go? Just in with the mix with all the potatoes?
Everything in it. And at this point, taste your mixture because otherwise it'll be too late once you make the paratha. So taste if the salt needs to be adjusted or the chili needs to be adjusted. This is the point where we do it.
And another great question someone had is, so for like American cooks, what does chili powder mean? Is it cayenne pepper? Like what is the chili powder they should be looking for in the grocery
From
store?
cayenne pepper, actually. So did you try, everybody try it?
Let's see some people's potato mixtures.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, this is Mark's. That looks beautiful. Looks very nice. Let's see a few others.
Let's see.
Lynn's mixture there. We have, wow, we have 43 people on this call. That's so exciting.
Ruth, that looks excellent.
Beautiful. Very nice. That was looking
Oh,
beautiful.
wow.
These are all looking really, really nice. And you know, this is really where your creativity can come in. I love that somebody's using sweet potatoes. There's like endless possibilities of what you can stuff in a paratha. So aloo or potatoes is one of the classics. But you can literally put anything you want. One time I even had mom make a salted caramel dessert paratha where we put in caramel sauce and pistachios and made like a different, you know, totally unique paratha out of it. But other classic ingredients, shredded cauliflower,
Grated cauliflower, mashed peas, paneer.
What else, Mom?
Yeah, then it gets random a little bit.
Then it gets random. Yeah, one time I made like rainbow parathas and put shredded beets, shredded carrots. You can kind of just be creative with it. It's really just a vessel that you can stuff all different types of fillings and spices into.
Anjali, I think for the Veggie Lunch Club, when it comes back, we need to have like this needs to be ingrained into the process there.
Michelle, let's see what you're working on over there. Beautiful, looks good. Okay, so Mom, what are you doing now?
Okay, now what I'm doing is, while my hands are still in the potato mixture, I'll make balls because then it'll be easier for us to stuff the bread. So about this size, what size would this be?
Golf ball?
Golf ball, exactly.
And set those down on a plate.
Yeah. Oh, I keep forgetting that my camera is here. Because that when you're rolling, then it'll be easy to just pick one ball and roll it up.
So Mom is kind of doing this in the palm of her hand and just kind of mashing it together. Doesn't have to be perfectly round or anything.
No, they'll get round when you roll it up anyway. So it's just easier at that time. You're not fidgeting with how much you have to put in or something.
How's that working out for everyone? Let's see somebody's golf size potato ball. Beautiful. Looks good. Wow. Looks good, Jake.
That's a solid paratha.
Everybody try it, because once we start rolling the paratha, then I think it's a little too late to add anything.
Did anyone find themselves having to adjust the spices or add more of anything?
It's delicious.
Oh, good.
Good.
So you don't add any fat, right? There's no oil or anything in it?
Not in this, but when we are frying the parathas,
okay,
you can use ghee, which is clarified butter, or just plain regular, any oil.
Okay.
Any oil works.
How big are the balls supposed to be?
About golf size?
Yeah, here I'll
golf ball size?
Golf size?
This size?
Can everyone see on the cook cam? And then we can also show it on this camera. So.
Oh, we should be looking there.
I just made it spotlight for everyone, so you should be able to see. Wow, those are beautiful looking golf ball size stuffed potato balls.
And so how many should everyone make right now?
Right now, just let's make 6 parathas and then we can do.
Yeah, so once you got about 6 balls, that's probably pretty good. And you can just set those aside on a plate.
I feel like I'm going to have a lot of leftover potato. Do you have good uses for the leftover potato mixture?
So many good uses for it. Honestly, like one of the things that we just love is just taking like the balls that you have here, flattening them a little bit, and then just pan frying it, and they'll taste really good just like that.
Like the latkes almost.
Like it's called an aloo tikki, and you can just eat it just like that, or with some yogurt or chutneys or whatever. So you can definitely use it. Do you have any other ideas, Mom, with the leftover potatoes besides aloo tikki? What they can do?
Oh yeah, another thing you can do is for bread, you take 2 slices of bread and put 1 patty in, smash it up and cook it on both sides. And it tastes really good.
It's called a toasty.
Yes, it's called a toasty.
And it's like a really popular breakfast item. I think probably if people had leftover subgies or leftover like food. And yeah, in between 2 pieces of bread and then pan fry it. Zach, do you ever have a toasty in India?
I don't know if I'm familiar with toasty, but Ardia grew up in Bangalore and she says that she knows about toasty. What's your toasty experience?
I don't know, it's just like a snack, you know, like with tea sometimes.
Yeah.
Cool, everybody. So I think if everyone's good to move on to step 3, that's kind of the exciting one where everything comes together.
A few questions because we need to set the dough a little bit, 5 minutes more.
Okay, so Mom says the dough needs to rest for 5 more minutes. So this.
Anjali, do you think you could tell us a little bit of the history of parathas?
Yeah, so I was trying to look online and get some information. I found like a couple of different stories of how parathas came about, but roughly most accounts said that they're around 1,000 years old. They emerged from different royal courts in India. It seems that there is a divide between some people who say that they originated in North India and some people who say that they originated in South India. There's also a divide of whether they started off as a sweet dish or a savory dish. So some accounts said that they started off as a savory dish, like kind of the way that we're making it right now, spicy, different kinds of mixtures. Other accounts said that they started off with people putting jaggery and coconut inside them as more of a dessert type of thing. So in a way, my idea of salted caramel parathas was in fact very traditional, as it turns out. So it's kind of interesting though, because even though it seems to have started off as a food for nobility or for royal courts, it's kind of known now as like the everybody food. You know, no matter who you are in India or Indian American families here, like you pretty much eat some version of parathas. And for us as a family, it was like always something that Mom made when we were coming home because we always really liked it. It's always also a very good road trip food that we would always have because it's kind of like a self-contained meal. And so like growing up as a kid in the Midwest, like being a vegetarian family, we would always pack our own food. And this is like one of those classic recipes that if we were going on a road trip, Mom would like make a big stack of them. We'd like pull around the side of the road and, you know, usually at a McDonald's parking lot and get chai from McDonald's or hot tea from McDonald's, which my mom liked, and pull out our parathas. And, you know, obviously as a kid in the 80s in the Midwest, I was totally embarrassed that this would happen and didn't want anyone to see that we were like pulled over eating Indian food. And now I think it's pretty awesome. And I enjoy coming home and eating my mom's food and getting to enjoy it. So that's a little bit of our story with eating parathas. Mom, what else would you add to that? History, or what about you as a kid? Can you come on the camera?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you? Like earliest memory of eating a paratha?
When we didn't like the vegetables my mom made, I said, no, I don't want to eat this vegetable. It was like, if it was like bitter lemon, bitter melon or something like that. And I said, can you please make me a paratha, stuffed paratha? And then she would quickly make a stuffed paratha for me.
With that?
No, with potatoes or something that I liked, shredded cabbage. So it was a go-to food too, if you didn't like anything else in the menu. Okay. Yeah, you eat it with yogurt and pickles. Let me show you my homemade pickles. This is my jar of homemade pickles, lemon pickles. You can use Any kind of pickles. This is my homemade lemon pickle. You can use mango pickles, lemon pickles, anything you want. Basically, that goes together.
Okay, so are we ready to start assembling now?
If everybody's on the same page.
All right, so if you guys are ready for it, or let me know if there's more questions. If not, we'll move on to step 3.
Could you send us a recipe for those lemon pickles?
Yes, we will do that afterwards. So yeah, it's something my mom always makes with like especially homegrown, nice Meyer lemons. It comes out really, really good. Okay, so we are ready for step 3, which is really where this whole thing is going to come together. So we're going to be assembling the parathas. And the idea here is that we're going to try to make a couple of them before we move on to cooking. That way it's just, you're a little bit more prepared for the last step.
So we take a little bit of oil and make the dough a little bit more smoother so it's more pliable. So
what kind of oil?
It's just canola oil.
But you can use olive oil or ghee or whatever, right?
Not olive oil at this stage, but yeah, you could if you wanted to. So just make it a little bit smoother.
So put some good muscle in there. Get it really nice and smooth.
Take out your aggression, whatever you're mad at today. Okay. Then what I do usually is make as many balls as I had the potato balls, so then it's easy to. So about a little bit smaller than the potato ball.
If it's a little sticky, do you have any suggestions?
Oil will help.
How much oil did you put?
I just put a
tablespoon.
Not even teaspoon of oil to just mash to make it smooth.
Got it.
Should people put oil on their hands?
No.
No.
So we're just going to make 6 right now.
You can make 6 little bits of dough, and this is to match up with the 6 potato balls that we made earlier. And you can set aside the rest of your dough and make the rest later.
So everybody on the same page?
Let's see. I'm trying to see everyone. It looks like there's some really good dough rolling happening out there.
No, I need, okay.
Anyone have any questions about the dough rolling at this stage?
You say the same size as the potato balls?
Yeah.
What if I put too much olive oil in?
Okay.
I mean, not olive oil, canola oil.
How do you know that it's too much?
To really see my hands are all shiny.
See? But your dough looks good.
Just keep on doing.
Okay. My dough.
Dough.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, it should be okay. Okay. When everybody's ready, then we'll look at this as more important.
Miss Bhatia, what is the that's a really nifty tool you have is that like a board designed especially for rolling out?
Yes.
Rotating? Yeah.
Okay. When everybody's ready at this stage, then we'll do the stuffing. Should I turn on the stove?
Let's see. I see a bunch of good these are really I'm gonna spotlight some people's dough making.
Yeah, these are looking good. See, Abby's balls are looking really nice. You have a really cool cutting board or a rolling board.
Yeah.
That's awesome. This one here,
I can
Abby.
see.
Look at that. That's amazing. Like to help with like 9-inch, 10-inch. That's so cool.
Wow.
Oh, this?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
This is what is this? This is like a baking, a non-stick thing from OXO.
Super cool. It looks like an astrology chart.
There's a lot of information. I guess conversions from cups to ounces, tablespoons, teaspoons, etc. Substitutions. Yeah, and all the measurements.
Jake, this looks excellent. I love your apron too, your whole setup, all those cookbooks.
Thanks.
It's a real professional kitchen there.
Tell people what you're doing right now.
Right now, I'm just making an even ball, like
Yeah.
just like this, like an even ball, and then we'll start rolling. Once everybody is at this stage, then we'll start rolling.
Cool. I see some good rolling going on across the board.
Are we just taking the dough and rolling it in a ball, or are we putting the potato in the dough?
Eventually we will.
But once everybody gets this stage, then I'll show you what we do next.
And when you say this stage, what stage?
Make this, huh? Oh, okay. About this size ball of dough. Make it into a nice circle. Yeah, perfect. Should we start rolling? Zach?
Let's see. Everyone gonna give me a thumbs up if you're ready to start rolling, or just like a wait if you're not ready.
You need a plate of dry flour also to dip into this.
Oh, that's a great recommendation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so kind of just anything like this, just take out just a little bit of the flour.
That helps to make
plate or a bowl.
Yeah.
Thing.
Can I move this a little bit? No.
Usha, Auntie, I think we are ready to begin with that.
Okay,
with the
the
second.
first step. Okay.
Stay where you are.
Stay where I am?
Yes.
Okay, so dip it very well for the first time. Oh, okay. And then we start to roll. Okay, we make it a little bit bigger than our potato ball. Okay, so once we're at this stage, we put the ball in the middle and bring all the sides together this way. We've made like a little pocket for our potato balls, and then just do this way.
So we're gonna do another one so everyone can see how that goes.
Now I'm going to roll this out first.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, then dip it again in the dry flour. Why don't you say what I'm doing? Okay, and then you keep on rolling it, and one more dip.
Can you spotlight the cook cam again, maybe?
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I inadvertently. Let's get that back up there.
Okay, I'll do one more, then we'll start frying. How about that?
Yes.
Okay.
So once you're done with one, you can just set it aside on a plate like this. And
I
we're
have a question.
Yes.
Are we supposed to roll it a second time with the potato filling in it, or not?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Are we supposed to roll it with the potato filling in it, or just do the
Yes. First we make a big enough casing to put the potato ball in.
So it's about a 4-inch round. So if you guys can see the cook cam, Mom is kind of rolling out the piece of dough into about 4 inches. Does everyone see that? And then you kind of put it into the palm of your hand like this and sort of form like a cup with your fingers. So you kind of have a little resting place for the potato. You stick one ball in the middle of that, and then you use your fingers to just completely gather up the dough around it. And you're kind of covering up the potato. And as you're pinching the top of the dough together. So you're kind of pinching it all together. It looks like, what does this look like? I don't know. Like a little dumpling kind of thing that you're pinching off together. So you should end up with something like this, where you have all the dough that's covering up with your potato, and it's all sort of contained. You take this top part and then you push it down.
So it doesn't open.
Again, it's all still in the palm of your hand at this point. So you're pushing down here and flattening this little disc.
So the seams don't open.
And the purpose of that is so that the potato stays comfortably inside. It doesn't want to come out. So you want to just kind of use your finger, pat it down there, make sure that your seams are really nice and tight. If it's not, then when you start rolling it out big, all the potato will come outside. So that's what this should look like. This is the other side of it, and this is the side here. So does everyone see that? It's kind of a little, I don't know, hockey puck shaped kind of thing at this point. So then you take your bowl of flour, dip it once on one side, dip it once on the other side. This is so it doesn't stick.
Just dust the remaining.
Okay, and there's a little extra, so we're just gonna dust it off, and this is to make it easier for you to roll. Set it down, and then gently roll it. Again, you wanna keep the filling in so the filling doesn't come out. Move it kind of around so you're getting to a circle. And once you're rolling this out, you should get to about a 6 or 7 inch round. Doesn't perfectly round, but it should be pretty even and fairly thin, like a 1/4 of an inch thin. What was that question?
Oh, that was me saying, oh no, as it exploded out of the side.
Yeah. Put it back in. It still is going to taste good, but that's kind of where the practice comes from, is both to like make it round and thin, and also to keep all of the filling inside. And so what I have here now, you can see it's like pretty round. Filling didn't come out.
I'm a good teacher. This is perfectly round.
Mom has taught me well, as you can see. I'm a good Indian daughter right here. I know how to do these things. Okay, so that's kind of what this looks like. So I'm gonna pick it up in my hand and show you guys how this looks from both sides. Okay, so it's kind of.
Has everybody rolled
And I'm gonna
one?
show it here also how it looks. It's a little bit bigger than my hand.
Take one picture.
Okay, and we're gonna set it down on a plate. So just empty plate or whatever with your other parathas there, and set it aside. We're gonna together make sure that we've got at least 3 of those already rolled. So I'd love to see somebody's paratha, like just share with us what your paratha is looking like, whatever stage. Abby's paratha is looking wonderful. Let's see another one. Zach, how's your
floating? How do you?
See, Argia, how are we doing with our paratha here?
Okay, so what do you do if it's exploding, Mom?
Where is it? Let me see that.
Everywhere, disaster explosion.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is after the roll that you've already put in the potatoes, or is it?
Yeah.
Is it the first roll?
No, see, look, potatoes.
After you've put in the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I fix it, or should I get rid of it and try again?
No, you can fix it. You can fix it. Pinch it where it seems like it's opening. It's very forgiving dough. So try to pinch it and if it doesn't work, then start again.
Okay, I might start again on this one.
Yeah, start again.
Okay.
And remember the first roll that you do not make that very big.
Okay.
When you're trying to stuff the potato ball in, make it about 4 inches. Okay?
It looks like it has a little smiley face of cilantro.
Mine has an air bubble in it. Does that matter?
I'm sorry?
There's like a bubble of air where I guess it was empty. Does that matter? Will that just like?
No, it doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
Okay, and this point, then we'll take the potato ball. Okay, and then we press it. It should look like that. If the seams are all tight, it shouldn't come out. But if it comes out, don't worry about it. You can start all over again. And don't worry, don't hesitate to put the dry flour in at least twice during the process. So that will also prevent it from coming.
This is fun. Thank you.
Okay.
Ushan, we have a question from the audience. Where's the best place to buy ghee?
Actually, everybody has ghee. Even Trader Joe's and Whole Foods has ghee. I make my own ghee. You can make ghee very easily with butter.
How do you make it?
on a very low heat, you melt the butter and let it cook for about 10 minutes until all the scum goes down. And then you strain it and put it in a bottle, and that's ghee. This is my ghee.
Ooh.
Homemade ghee.
Do you think it's better homemade than in the store?
Well, it's more natural.
I mean, it's still store-bought butter, so it's still kind
Of
of the same
course.
thing.
So I think we're ready to, oh gosh.
Okay, so does everyone have a couple parathas made?
Let's see, we got a lot of thumbs ups. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so now we're ready to move on to the final step, which is all about cooking the parathas. So we're gonna move over from our rolling station over here over to the stove. You just need a basic fry pan, griddle, any hot surface. And how hot should it be, Mom?
Medium. I started with medium heat.
Okay, so we're moving our pan over here.
So first you put the dry paratha in.
And you don't put any oil on the surface. It's just, so how do you know how hot it should be?
I'll just test it and see if it's hot.
Okay, so you want the pan to be quite hot. So like medium,
Not quite hot.
not very hot, but like put it on medium heat for like a
Otherwise it
minute or
will burn.
two so that it gets pretty warm. And then put your paratha down. You don't have to oil the pan. You should not oil the pan before. So it's the dry paratha going into a dry pan. You'll need something to flip your paratha with. So you can just use any flipper will do. And you want to leave it in for how long?
1 minute on each side. And then you flip it. Should look like that.
You should see what, like little cooked spots?
Yeah.
Do you touch it at all while it's cooking, like to push the air bubbles, or you just let it cook on its own?
After you dry roasted it on both sides, then you put a spoon of oil and you flip it. And you're cooking on the oil side first. Until it's really golden brown and crispy on one side, and then we'll flip it and cook on the other side.
So can you repeat that? You cook it dry on both sides and then with oil?
Yes, oil or ghee. Now I'm putting the oil on the other side and then flipping it. So it should look like this. And you can make it very crispy if you like crispy parathas. But this is basically cooked on one side. And then we are going to cook it on the other side.
So how will you know when it's done?
It basically takes a minute on each side, so you know it's done because the potatoes are already cooked. You're just basically cooking the flour.
So it should look kind of golden brown.
Yeah.
So Mom is taking the flipper and kind of pressing down into it to just help it cook a little bit. How's that going for everybody?
I'll make one more.
Okay.
Anyone have a paratha to demo? Oh, it looks like Abby's got a really solid one here. Let's see how that's looking. Oh, nice.
Okay, so let's see a few other people's.
All right, let's see how else is it going for other folks. Hey Sophie, how's yours going over there?
Let me show you. It's coming along. Not bad.
Ooh,
Right?
not bad.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
For Bangladesh.
Steph, how about yours?
Okay, this is how it should look on both sides. Can you see it?
Yeah, the camera's here.
Oh, okay.
I have a question. I'm wondering if mine is too thick. Can you see?
Looks okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just make sure it's cooked all the way. Thinness shouldn't matter that much, thinness or thickness. It just needs to be cooked all the way through.
And you're just telling that by taste, or should it be crispy or?
It should be crispy because most parathas are crispy. So this, and now I'm done with this. So I'm going to add the second one that I've already rolled.
So there's gonna
How high is the heat? Sorry.
Medium high.
Okay, thank you.
Mariah, how's yours going in St. Louis?
We're doing pretty well. Yeah, Connor can see you.
Wow. It's like Punjab comes to Missouri.
Maybe. We're certainly trying.
Jake, how are yours going over there? I see you have a couple of parathas. Is your pan heating up?
Yes, well, I have one on the stove, so let me see if I,
Oh,
yeah, so it is cooking.
Are you seeing like kind of little golden spots coming up?
Yep. I think I might flip it over, and I cooked one side with oil, but I might give it a little bit more time again. I think it's not quite golden enough.
Paratha going in, and once you get a little bit more accustomed to making parathas and cooking them, you can actually be going simultaneously in terms of rolling your next one, cooking the other one. But it really helps to have two people doing that, or just roll all of them first and then cook them all. You'll just need a bunch of plates if you do that, but it'll work. So I'm going ahead and making a couple more over here so that, while mom is cooking them over there, I'm kind of rolling a couple more over here.
So after we flipped it twice and it was dry, and then we put ghee on. So how long then do we cook it for before flipping it again?
No, you put the ghee after you've cooked on both sides. You put the ghee and then you flip it and get that side crispy. And then you put the ghee on the side that's dry and then flip that again and get it as crispy as you want it.
Okay, thank you.
Not sure about you guys, but my kitchen is starting to smell like ghee, and it is delicious.
Nice.
So good.
I've eaten these and I've never knew how they were made, and it's really fun.
Cool.
That's awesome, Lynn. Where are you?
In Connecticut.
Connecticut. Okay. Do you have a favorite Indian restaurant that you go to?
Actually, I grew up with my friend, both her parents were from India, and her mother was my favorite cook of all time. So.
Oh, Sophie, great question. Can she eat her first paratha? The green chili in her paratha is calling to her.
Yogurt or raita
Or just eat it plain.
Yeah, let us know how you like it.
Sophie, if you're gonna eat it, we're gonna at least spotlight it so everyone can see. Let's see some.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get a little food porn going. All right.
I'm gonna dip it in some fresh yogurt and some not homemade but store-bought Ooh, store-bought garlic chili, garlic pickle, and yogurt. So I'm gonna mute myself. You don't hear me eating.
No, we need the full sensory experience.
No, this is okay. Fine.
Sophie, let's see again. Mom.
Wow.
Looks good, Sophie.
Thank you. Thank you.
About what's happening in your kitchen over there?
What? Sorry?
Joseph, I'm curious about what's happening in your kitchen.
Not too much. Just have one on the stove.
Nice.
They're kind of small because it's a little explodey. So
Okay.
haven't really nailed the technique yet, but
Okay.
trying a little.
Have you made a
little one
flatbread like this before, Joseph?
Pardon?
Have you made a flatbread like this before?
No, but it very much so reminds me of pupusas.
Pretty much the same thing as a pupusa. Pupusas are from El Salvador, I think. They usually fill them with cheese. That's also something you can totally do with parathas. You can put cheese inside. I think they use, no, you can use cheese also.
Cheese doesn't work that well.
Okay, Mom says cheese doesn't work that well. I think you could. Okay. So I got a little exploding one over here with minor explosion. So I think it'll be okay, but we'll see what happens. So I kind of had a little spot where the potato really kind of came out to the surface. Mom, what do you think about this?
Oh, that will work okay.
It'll work okay. So it'll still get cooked and it'll still taste good. So if you have two people in the kitchen, you can be also kind of doing it like this, where one person is rolling, other person is cooking them, or you can go back and forth if that works too.
If you were gonna make these in advance, like for dinner, where would you stop? Like before would you?
What I do generally, if I'm making it for the whole family and I don't want to be doing this step while everybody's sitting down to eat, I dry roast it on both sides. And then with the ghee, I do it at that last minute stage where everybody's sitting and getting hot parathas. This way, I won't be able to do it fast enough if I'm rolling and cooking and all of that. So just dry roast it on both sides. And then the last segment, you can do it while everybody's sitting down to eat.
Perfect, thank you.
It works very, very well. I always usually have a stack of some kind of parathas in the freezer or something. When the kids come out, I pull out the parathas.
You can freeze
them.
them.
It's a matter of just doing the last step. That's messier also at that point.
Well, I ate half of my first one and it's delicious, but I burnt it a little.
Ooh, let's hold that up. Let's see that one more time, Indy. Wow.
I burnt it, but it was so good.
Nice, good job.
When Auntie, when you freeze them, do you freeze them before you like before you cook them? So they're sort of the raw dough.
Dry cooking. Once you have to cook it dry, otherwise they'll stick to each other.
Oh, right.
So just dry cook it on both sides, and then let's wait till.
Ooh, my father is showing a really beautiful paratha.
That's looking really, really good. Nice.
Wow. Take a trip to Old Delhi. Save the airfare.
How does it taste?
Oh, we can't hear you, Pops.
No.
I see that.
Mom, do you see that one? Oh. Okay.
How does it taste, Mom and Dad?
I haven't tasted it yet.
Oh, okay.
Both of ours look pretty different, so we have different styles.
That's okay. And you can eat these hot, right? I mean, that's the best way to do it. So just, rip it open and try it as you're going.
Do you ever make them with white flour or is it always whole wheat flour?
Always whole wheat flour because that's a little bit more healthier. Because normally these are cooked in, traditionally they're cooked with ghee and then a dollop of butter on top. So we try to be as healthy as possible. So cook it with whole wheat flour
And put the butter on the top.
and put the butter on top. Yes.
Then it somehow balances out.
So how is it, Zach's mom?
Oh, it's really good.
You didn't use white
So-
potatoes though,
It's
right?
really, really, really good.
So we're in South Philadelphia, and the Sabziwala here says everybody puts scallions in their parathas. And so we put some scallions in ours.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's quite good.
Yeah, it's good. Now
Did
we're
you
gonna
make it
add
sweet
some
potatoes?
cucumber and yogurt.
Did I hear? Did they make it sweet?
Somebody made with sweet potatoes. And
Did you
somebody
use-
with almond flour?
Oh yeah, how is the almond flour going, Zach?
Oh, I think that was Judy tried it, right? She's giving a thumbs down. Sounds like almond flour, a good experiment, but maybe difficult to execute.
Yeah, it cannot roll almond flour at all. You have to make something with it.
Hey, Mom and Dad, you mentioned you went to a Sabziwala. You want to tell us about your Indian grocery store shopping experience?
It was just, to be honest, it was a grocery store shopping experience. But the vendor just really encouraged us to try some scallions in it, in part because it was Sunday and there are a lot of scallions left to sell, I think. But been,
Get rid of the scallions.
been quite good.
Yum. Usha, Auntie, what are some of your favorite fillings? You mentioned trying the experimental dessert ones, but what else do you
I
put in?
actually like cauliflower ones a lot.
Mm.
And then peas ones also. You boil the peas, you mash them, and you add some spices and some basin, and they come out very good too. So when I was looking for the history of parathas, there are like, and of course meat parathas, people that are non-vegetarian, they can make, like keema parathas and all of that. But basically, I think any leftover vegetables you have at home, cooked vegetable, you can convert that into a paratha very easily, stuffed paratha.
Usha, Auntie, Sophie asks any recommendations for increasing the ratio of potato stuffing without it exploding?
The easiest way for not to explode is to make sure, first of all, the seams are all tight. You press it down, so make sure there's no leak in that. And then you can dip it a couple of times in the dry flour. Don't feel bad about that. You can just shake it off in the end, the excess flour, and that works also because that helps it seal. You can, the point is for you to get a lot of filling. So I wouldn't recommend using less filling, but you'll get it, like it.
With time and practice.
It happens. It's not.
Amazing. Usha, Auntie, I wonder if now is a time, can you tell us a little bit about Sacred Heart Community Service?
Yes, I started volunteering about 10 years ago. It actually started with one lady who used to give out groceries from her garage. And it became later on Sacred Heart Community Center. Oh,
that's okay.
It's working. We hear you.
Okay, it's working. So what they basically do is give out non-perishable groceries and fresh fruits and vegetables also. And then also lunches for the homeless. Question asked when somebody wants to come and get a lunch. But for the food, you have to meet some criteria. But they have services like clothes closets. If you have a job interview, they'll fit you with the right kind of clothes, help you with the housing, help you with finding a job. So I really got interested in that, and I used to do it before the pandemic every Monday for 4 hours, and it was just such a happy place to be because it was helping people and making you feel good. So I really miss that right now, going to Sacred Heart, and very nice group of people that were there. They always made you smile, and so So that's what basically is helping the community that you live in, the needy, and it's done very respectfully. You never make them feel bad that, why they're, coming there or whatever. And so it's, as I said, it's a very happy experience that I've had with Sacred Heart. And to that lady who started it, she just started it in her garage giving out groceries. And and thank you, Zach, for making the donation. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for suggesting it. I guess this is just a reminder to everyone. You should enjoy your parathas for now, but maybe after, if you enjoyed this event, you can head over to the Sacred Heart Community Service.
I will now.
You can drop off groceries.
Okay, you too.
You don't have to get out. They're so thankful to get, whatever, you want to donate, clothes and groceries and, non-perishable fruits and vegetables. And it's just amazing place.
Where are they located?
They're located in San Jose on 1st Street, 1st and Alma. If anybody is familiar with San Jose, it's near the DMV.
I don't know how many people we have that are probably.
I don't know if we have any.
We don't have anybody
Bay
today.
Area folks. Oh yeah, we got some representing. Sophie waving a hand.
How are you doing?
Doing well over here. So I pretty much finished cooking up the parathas that we have, and so kind of have a stack of them on the plate now going here. So they're all ready to eat. How's everyone doing?
I'm seeing a lot of excellent parathas through. Abby, I keep coming to your screen. Looks like a professional paratha kitchen over there. Look at all these. You got two on. She's got two on a pan.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, Mariah, I'm spotlighting you. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Look at this, Argia.
I'll show you.
Ah, it's pretty.
Okay, those are looking really, really good.
Any other? Let's see. Who has some pride in their parathas and wants to show up?
Showing her parathas.
Ooh, Ruth. Yeah, look at that, everybody. That's a
Very good.
yeah. Question. Can they be reheated, or do they have to be?
No, they can be reheated. The same thing in the frying pan. You can just put a little bit of ghee or oil, just a little bit because they already have it. And then just flip it a couple of times. Oh, this looks good.
Samantha's looking good.
Wow, Samantha, did you roll the parathas with that rolling pin? That's like a huge. That looks awesome.
Yeah, it's just a regular rolling pin. Maybe the angle of my camera makes it look funny.
It looked like it's like you could like roll out I don't know, something much bigger than a paratha.
Kind of what we've got over here, a big stack of about 6 parathas together at this time. Yeah.
So Anjali and Auntie, what do you you said you typically serve it with curd or with pickles? Like, what's the traditional way to eat them?
With any kind of raita, cucumber raita, just yogurt and pickles.
Awesome. And you said, we'll send out a recipe if you're willing to send out a recipe for your homemade pickles. I'm sure people would like to try those.
Oh, sure. I can do that.
At my house, we haven't gotten so advanced as to making our own homemade, but I did stock up on. Well, I have too many to hold here, but we went to the Indian grocery store and bought.
Yeah, which one did you get?
Kinds of pickle.
What did you get?
We got a mango pickle, of course. We've got a Punjabi like tikka pickle. We've got some mixed pickle, some gongura pickle from South India. So we're having a pickle.
We're all set.
Did anyone let's see, anyone from the audience want to share about their grocery store experience, finding any new pickles or chutneys?
I can say you guys inspired me to cook a lot of Indian food, which is why I keep disappearing from the camera. So thank you.
Oh, amazing. Wait, Lauren, can we see your parathas one more time?
I only made 2 because the rest of my food isn't ready yet, but they're
Oh, nice.
easy. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So I actually made 3. I ate 1. Don't tell anybody.
How was it?
It was good. It was really good.
So right now, just to keep them warm, Mom has wrapped them. I think you guys can see my cam. Yeah. So she's just wrapped them up in just a kitchen napkin here.
So they don't
So
dry
they
out.
stay warm and they don't dry out.
Awesome. Emily, how are your parathas doing?
Well, TBH, we were really late. So we're still making the filling and waiting for the potatoes to cool. But in the meantime, we're also making some chana masala and some other tasty stuff. So I know what to expect.
You sound like a pro.
Yeah, something like that. We did get this cool thing. What's it? Ajwain seeds. They have a couple other names to make our spice mixture for chana masala, and the smell of these is really cool. If you've ever never had these as a what are they called? Carom?
Carom seed.
Carom seed, yeah.
Yeah.
That's our fun ingredient.
For like a thing I had a lot when I was living in Delhi. They sound really delicious. You could try like stuffing some. You could just make some parathas just with that.
Which is that'd be good. They when you toast them up, they just smell like this heady, earthy aroma. It's really cool.
Yeah, Mom is saying that you can put them in a plain paratha.
Just mix it in the dough itself.
You can mix it in the dough itself.
Oh, that's ooh. Maybe we should do that. I still have the dough, so.
Yeah, do it. Give it a try.
Yum, thank you.
Yeah.
Like maybe a teaspoon. It depends on how much dough you have.
Yeah.
Again, you have to kind of just taste it out and see like what.
And see how much it looks. Do you have to toast them before you add them to the dough, or will they toast when the paratha is cooking?
When they're getting cooked anyway.
Cool. Thank you.
What else did you get?
What?
Bitter melon and mango.
Oh, we got bitter melon and mango pickles because I really like bitter melon. And we got some curry leaves just because I like to have them. And we got dried methi for our chana masala too.
Good.
So we didn't get atta though because they only had it in 10-pound bags and we weren't quite ready for the investment. So, yeah. So
what are you using to roll your flour? Or what flour are you using?
We're using a bread flours because we heard that atta is a high gluten flour. So we're using a combination of whole wheat bread flour and normal bread flour.
Is it working?
It's just a whole wheat bread flour and an all-purpose bread flour. Well, not all-purpose bread, but a white bread flour.
Yeah, and is it all together and it's rolling and everything? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice. I mean, I think
We'll see. We haven't cooked any yet, so I'll if I get around to it, I'll show you what they look like.
Yeah, so I think one of the reasons we wanted to pick this recipe is that we thought it's a really accessible thing that most of the ingredients you can get at a regular grocery store. You don't really have to go to an Indian, even though it's fun to go to an Indian grocery store and you could explore other ingredients. You can actually do these things with pretty available ingredients. And that was pretty important, growing up. Again, we didn't always have Indian grocery stores nearby. When we lived in Michigan, we actually had to drive to Canada to go to, I think, initially, right?
Yeah.
In the beginning, we had to actually drive to Canada and go to the Indian grocery stores to get a lot of the supplies. So it was really important to be able to make things that were pretty accessible and to get a lot of ingredients. And so Mom was always innovating and trying to see how she could make different things out of regular grocery store ingredients, just to mimic different flavors or different other Indian ingredients.
Love that. Sometimes scarcity is the mother of innovation or invention, whatever the term is. Excellent. Well, this has been really, really wonderful. I feel like we're seeing a lot of people enjoying their parathas.
We didn't see Zach's paratha, did we?
Zach,
Oh.
Parathas.
I got to show, it's really not fair to call them I didn't do anything. I've just been sitting here. Arghya made these parathas while I was fiddling with the Zoom. Arghya, would you like to say something about these parathas?
I think I got used to the technique. Maybe the third paratha, I was like, okay, I'm getting it now. The filling is finally staying in. it takes a minute to get used to it. My first one is so thick and funny. I didn't even put it on the stove.
That's okay.
Did you have any paratha making experience growing up?
No, I mean, I watched my mom make it, but I never made it myself. Yeah.
Oh, I hope she's proud of you for
I
these.
think so. I'm gonna take a picture and show her.
Definitely. This has been really wonderful. Does anyone else have any questions? Paratha, Indian food, anything related? Cool.
It's just that you.
Oops, sorry.
It's just awesome. Thank you. I'm
Great.
gonna eat it myself because I don't know.
Oh my God.
It was wonderful.
I just wanted to clarify for the leftover potato filling, you just kind of put it flatten it out and put it on the pan and cook it a couple times on each side. Is that with the oil?
Yeah,
fry
with
it
oil,
like a
yeah.
patty.
You have to put oil.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you have it between some bread and make a toasty?
It has to be made by itself, but if you want to make a toasty, then you don't have to make the patties. You can just put the potato filling and then and the bread, and then toast the bread on both sides.
Mm.
And you can, if you have some chutney or something like that, you can spread the chutney in between the bread and the potatoes.
Make a little sandwich.
Yeah,
That sounds perfect.
like green chutney or any chutney for that matter. Ketchup works too. Yeah.
Cool. Well, on behalf of everyone, I'm seeing a lot of nice thank you notes streaming in. So on behalf of everyone, Usha Auntie, thank you so much for leading us in this incredible paratha preparation.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank
joining.
you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. This is wonderful.
Thank you.
I'll send everyone a little follow-up message with the pickle recipe if you're willing to share it, Usha Auntie, and I'll send the donation link again to Sacred Heart. Everyone stay hungry. Stay healthy and hungry. I'm going to send out a note. We're probably going to do our next community kitchen will probably be Vietnamese for the Vietnamese New Year in February. And if you have requests for other things or other ideas or would like to host a community kitchen, just shoot me a note and we'll get it scheduled. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.